Hello everyone. I have started this video many times since, what was it, March? Obviously, it's been a while. So, hi. It always feels weird saying hi again after a long time away, but you just gotta start somewhere. I did not intend to go so long without posting a video. I honestly thought I was gonna post once a month, at least. And it was just as soon as April came, it got crazy. April, May, June, and July were wild. A lot of travel, multiple flights, thousands and thousands of miles, lots of responsibility and projects. And it got too much. So I had to sacrifice something and go all in on my business, my job, because this is not part of my job. It's a fun side hobby. Hey.
Hey. Hi everyone.
Can you see him? It's Wolfie. So yeah, sometimes you can't do what you want. You have to do what you have to do. You got to get stuff done. But it's okay. It's been a great year. It's been one of the best years since I've moved to Scotland. The weather has been wonderful, although it has been a little too dry. I never thought I would say that, but we had quite a few wildfires this year, and the rivers are low. It's too dry, but it's been good for hiking and painting outside and just being outside. I went away and then I came back with my dad. He visited us for the first time. That was really wonderful. So yeah, it's interesting to think about why I record. Once I have distance from YouTube, recording my life and sharing a lot of personal stuff, it made me realize I don't necessarily love that side of it. I love sharing adventures. I love recording and taking you along to beautiful places in Scotland. But this year, because I've been so busy, I haven't done so much of that. Kind of took a break from recording life. And it felt really good, if I'm honest. It felt like I could be very present, more present than I've been in a long time. Wolfie is so good at living in the moment. I very much live in the past and the future. He always lives in the moment and reminds me to do that. When you have limited time and limited energy, you really have to prioritize. And obviously this channel kind of went dormant, but not a single day went by that I didn't think about this channel and you all and the community here. For the most part, the community here is also over on my art channel. Maybe a few of you aren't, but so many of your names in the comments I see on both channels. So hello. But it's definitely it was eye-opening this year, and I had to make tough choices to put this on the back burner. This isn't necessarily a breakup video with YouTube, but I am letting you know that until we move, probably, I won't really be posting a lot unless I go somewhere beautiful and have the time to record it and share it. And speaking of moving, we are hoping to buy a house in the next couple years. That's been huge on our priority list. Another reason I've been working so much is to be able to do that. And we've been looking at the market nonstop for over a year now. We did put an offer on a place at one point, but got outbid by like 60 grand cash. So that was obviously not gonna happen. It's a really, really tough market in Scotland. But we are on the lookout for our dream place, which isn't even like a fancy big new place. It's an older fixer-upper with an amazing outdoor area. It's kind of funny because when Wolfie and I share houses for each other to look at, he will show me like the interior spaces, the rooms and the kitchen and all of that. And I scroll right to the outside. I honestly don't even look at the inside until I see the outside. Does it have space around it? Is it a little more private? Is there a big area for a garden? All of that matters to me more than the inside. And of course, I have to look at the inside and consider that too. And I do. The outside is just as important to me, if not more. So, wow, I got off on a tangent there. Yeah, we've been looking a lot. You know, the good thing is that we're not in a rush to buy anything. We can take our time and we can wait for that perfect place. And that means the longer it takes, the more we save up, the more we can afford. Oh, and the reason I mention moving is because when we move, when we buy a place, I'm definitely going to take you all on that journey. I'll take you along the hunting process and the buying process and all of that. I'll take you along the renovation journey, the decoration journey. I'll take you along the creating my dream studio journey, all of that. Ow, my legs are going numb. But yeah, that's why I've been working so hard, is because of this. This is our goal. And we're doing everything we can to meet that goal. So it's only a matter of time. I did consider completely stopping this channel and like saying bye forever. But I don't want to do that because I know that once we buy a place and we have our little homestead, that's going to be really fun to share. And I have so many creative projects in my mind for when we buy a place, how we're going to make it custom, renovation, DIY stuff. So if you decide to stick around, that is in your future. I think it's been really hard to admit that I couldn't handle doing this channel as well as everything else. And that's probably why I've been so quiet here and absent, because I don't like saying any of this to you because I know a lot of you enjoy my videos. Wolfie and I really, really appreciate all of you and everything you've shared with us in the comments, all the messages and support. So if you decide to stay, then I'm really looking forward to what we share in the future. And if you decide to go, I completely understand. No hard feelings. I've been sitting on all this footage this year thinking, how the heck am I going to compile it all? I didn't even know I was gonna say all of this until very recently when something just clicked and it kind of became clear that I need to free myself from feeling guilty about not posting here, free myself from expectations that anyone that watches me has. The second I realized it, I felt so much better. So maybe it's all psychological. Maybe I could just been silent here and not said anything for a year, who knows? And I was thinking like, what on earth am I going to title this video? The first thing that came to mind was just like, hey, it's me, I guess. I mean, I always say like life in Scotland or something like that. Maybe I should title it Not a Breakup Video. So as this is an old property, things are a bit weird. So the water spigot is inside the outbuilding. Every time I want to use the hose, I have to drag this out, hook it up, go and turn it on. And more than once, I have turned the water on without bringing the hose outside, so the water shoots all over the inside, and I have to spend ages drying it. It's ridiculous, right? How can I forget after all this time? I actually haven't had a hose in a long time. My dad fixed it when he came. Probably don't need to water it too much because I think it's going to maybe rain a little tonight, but just in case. Look who came to visit. Hi, Floki. Are you getting nice and dirty? Loves to roll in the dirt. It's a nice white belly, all dirty. Right now, depending on like which way the wind blows, I can smell lavender and I can smell basil and I can smell catmint. I planted this catmint at the very beginning of the summer and it has just gone wild. I've been cutting it constantly and it just grows and grows and grows, and the cats absolutely love it. They eat it right off of the plant, and then I've been drying bunches of it that I can kind of crumble up and then hopefully have it over the winter for them. Oh my gosh, basil, one of my favorites. I've missed kind of focusing on photography and cinematography in Scotland. this year has been all about the art, which is also good. I mean, that's my job, so. And I've had a lot of other hobbies going on. I've been learning how to play guitar since my dad visited. We'll see how that goes. I think they're gonna spread out a bit, so hopefully that'll be okay. I have this left over from my little stackable herb thing. So I think I'm gonna put this in there because it's the only one that it'll fit in. And then maybe I'll put it on the table over there. Usually I start the plants in a small container, let it go for a few months, and then I upgrade. And I buy a new plant to put in that smaller container, and it just keeps going and going. So my containers are slowly getting bigger and bigger, like this and this. I always keep the information card to remind myself what it is and all of the info. I don't know if you can hear the wind. It is so strong that it is shaking the car. But I took a little drive up to the coast for some coffee. I got some iced coffee from a local roaster up here. But the real reason I came is to buy a giant bag of coffee. So they roast it here and they usually have many different options. I like this one. And they'll grind the beans down to your specifications depending on how you make it, which is always nice. I usually go through these pretty fast actually. And then I also got some local honey. It's one of my favorites that I've tried. I've tried a lot of local honeys in Scotland, but this one is just so good. And this couple who makes it, I believe, is from here, this local town, and I want to contact them directly to see if they'll sell me many jars of it, because I always go and buy a few jars, but they don't have a lot on their shelf, so I don't want to be that person that buys everything on the shelf. And then they had one of these, which I've never seen before. This is the Highland Soap Company, which is where I get a lot of my candles, and they make like lotions and body wash and all sorts of stuff. But I've never seen their lip balm before. So I bought some whiskey and honey, and it smells like whiskey and honey. It's really soft and wonderful as well. So I think I'm gonna buy a few of these as gifts maybe. They had peppermint and a couple options, but this one is really good. I hope the audio is okay because I don't have my fancy microphone today. I have my phone recording my audio for me because my camera without a microphone plugged in is not the greatest, especially when there's a lot of ambient sound. Like today, the wind is so strong. Anyways, I just wanted to end this video with a little chat because I don't think I really articulated how I'm feeling as well as I could have earlier in the video, just because it's a hard topic. Like, again, it's not a breakup video with YouTube, but it's I'm taking some time for myself to continue growing my business, continue working towards our goal of buying a house. That requires a lot of time and attention and momentum. And in all of my spare moments, taking the time to enjoy life. And not that I can't enjoy it when I'm recording, but if you have ever recorded your life and shared it online, you know what I'm talking about. It does kind of take you out of the moment in a way, and it's always kind of weighing on you. It's always in the back of your mind. Think anything you do, you think you should be recording it instead of just being in the moment. It eventually takes a toll one way or another. And whoa, the car is rocking and okay. But I do want to leave space for the potential to record other things in the future. So house renovations, all that stuff I talked about already. And I do want to find a way to make my coastal journey more of a regular thing in my life, because I've kind of been neglecting that this year. And like next year, I've booked a cycling trip through the Outer Hebrides. I've never been to the Outer Hebrides. I'm so excited. It's a pretty big trip. It's like more than a week maybe, cycling from top to bottom, and it is with a group, so I won't be alone, but I will hopefully record as much as I can and share that experience. So that kind of thing I'll definitely share on the channel. Things like that, which are pretty big moments in life, trips, that kind of stuff, that's fun and easy for me to get in the mindset of recording and sharing. I do watch a lot of vlogs, and I love watching vlogs. And because I make them as well, I know how much time and effort it takes. So it's definitely like I appreciate it on a deeper level. But I think that I have bit off more than I can chew for too many years in a row. I really tried. I really tried to do it all. But then eventually, like I had a couple months where I was just so low on energy, and it turned out I was extremely deficient in iron. And after going to the doctor many times and figuring that out, I started getting on a plan that's working now. My iron levels are going back up. So my energy is coming back. And I'm instantly like, oh, okay, now I can get back to how I was doing before, everything I was doing before. I'm 40 years old now, and it's not like that's old or anything. It is the oldest I've ever been. Duh. But it has just made just something about that number. My body has been alive and working for 40 years. That's a lot of time. When I think about how long it takes my plants to grow in the garden, they grow pretty quickly. In a year, maybe a couple years in, they start to falter, and then they kind of die off and they need to be replaced. Or just when I look around me and see life growing and dying and growing and dying at a quicker pace, and I think about how resilient our bodies are to be able to do this, decades, many, many decades of sustaining life, all the inner workings that just feel like magic in a way. Okay, I know I'm going off on like a weird tangent, but when I was thinking about that while I was going through the iron thing, because when you go through like a health scare, no matter how big or small it is, it makes you so aware of your mortality. And it is kind of a wake up call, at least for me it is. And even though I wasn't dying or anything, it really made me aware of how and what I use my time for, my limited energy for. And it's so easy for me to commit to the things, and then because of the way my brain works, I just need to put everything I have into that thing, and that depletes my mind and my body quickly. I think the older I get, just naturally, the energy reserves may go down. Most likely will go down. Maybe I'll have good years and bad years, I don't know, but I have really good intentions to take care of myself and make the most out of my mortal life and use my time on this earth for good. Inspiring people to paint, teaching people to paint, or inspire people to get outside and enjoy nature and connect with the natural world. But I can't do any of that if I'm not well. It's the whole idea of put on your mask before you try to help others, because if you pass out, you're not going to be able to help anyone. I feel like I've always lived a slightly apologetic life. Like at any time I felt good, I felt bad for people who didn't feel good. Anytime I felt bad in life, I was aware that it could be a lot worse. When I get any kind of success, I almost feel like I didn't deserve it somehow, or I've felt naive in a lot of ways. Once I was aware of it, I was like, how could I have been that naive for so long? I mean, in retrospect, it's easy to see these kinds of things. I don't feel like I was truly awake until my 30s and self-aware enough until my 30s. And even then, it's been like a slow awakening. And now that I'm in my 40s, I'm not like a religious person, but I feel spiritual in a way, especially when it comes to nature. It seems like every single year, my emotional and spiritual and even physical maturity grows, obviously. Through every experience in life, we grow in one of those ways. The more that happens, the more magical I find life and aging to be. On one hand, I like sharing the growth process, which is evident in just existing on camera over time. But on the other hand, it makes me super self-conscious. Like when I go back and watch my earlier videos, ugh, a lot of it is cringy. I don't want to put myself down in any way. Like everyone grows in different ways, but my temptation right now is to not share the growing process, my personal growing process. When it comes to art, that's a different story. I love sharing every second of that journey because you can so directly relate to it if you're an artist. Whereas as a person, an individual going through life, I struggle so much with being that vulnerable. And I think I mentioned this earlier in the video, but I had no energy to be able to do that this year. No extra energy to handle being that vulnerable. I have enough grace to know that all the videos I've shared in the past, like, it is what it is. I was growing as a person, and that's okay. Because I like mentally need a break from sharing life, I worry a little bit that in 10 or 20 years, I'm going to be sad that I didn't share, like I missed this chunk of my journey, sharing this chunk, because there's something very cathartic about vlogging. God, this is a weird conversation. By vlogging, you are like ultra self-aware, or you become that way. And sharing the process and listening, reading people's comments or hearing feedback about it. It's like real-time feedback about your life and your journey as a human being on earth. And editing the videos, like you're watching yourself too, like a lot. For me, it's just too much. But because of all that, I think it forces me to grow faster or be more self-aware about things I might not have otherwise been self-aware about. I had this idea where maybe every few months I share a video to catch everyone up a little bit, and but to do the video, I go somewhere. I experience something. So it's less reliant on me recording daily life. It's less vulnerable in a way, and it still gives you like a peek into life in Scotland and beautiful places that we visit, which again is the kind of stuff I love to share. Maybe an end of autumn / early winter vlog would be nice, that change of season. And anyway, I love this time of year, and I'm always really inspired to go out and photograph and record because it's so beautiful. And there's something wonderful about the crazy energy of summer is winding down, and the cozy feeling of autumn getting into the colder months is kicking in. It makes me want to nest. It makes me want to do creative projects at home, not go anywhere, maybe here and there. Like I love going into the mountains in the autumn. And I am going to Spain next month. That's the other side, for a workshop, teaching another art workshop. And I'm really excited for that. I've never been to Spain. I'm a little nervous, but really excited. And I'll probably do an art vlog on that on my other channel. Anyway, how long is this video gonna be? I'm sorry. If you're here watching still, thank you. You're obviously like a regular here and an online friend. I really wanted to go for a little walk on the coast, but it is so gusty. I don't know if I'll even be able to stand up straight. I'm going to try to be brave and include all of the stuff that I've been talking about and not chicken out at the last second and cut it all out. Because, yeah, I want you to know where I'm at. It could change in 2 months. Who knows? Maybe in 2 months I'll be overflowing with thoughts and ideas, and I want to share it and talk to you all. And that's the thing, is I'm trying to create a safe space here for myself, obviously for viewers and commenters as well, but like knowing I can share whenever I want, whatever it is, and it's okay. That's what I want to feel, rather than feeling guilt for just not being here constantly. But overall, in life, I'm really happy and I'm doing really well. And I think I just really need a nice calm autumn / early winter. Actually, it's quite a nice feeling that soon we're going into winter, and I'm not terrified of the long, dark, cold, rainy months. I finally see it as a really good chance to sleep well, because I always sleep way better during the winter, and just kind of get into nest mode and regain energy and do more of the inward work and more creative projects at home, all of that. So I hope you are all doing really well. I know it's been a long time, so instead of leaving comments that say something like, it's okay to take a break, because I know that, instead, tell me what you've been up to this year. Tell me what you've been excited about. Have you gone anywhere cool? Have you done anything new and different? Just maybe share a little life in the comments. I always love reading that. So I know quite a few of you have visited Scotland as well, because I've received your emails, and you know who you are if you've messaged me. So yeah, anyway, I am gonna try to go for a walk now, and I'll see you all again next time. Take care of yourselves.